Haven't seen too many airs today because it's been all about the bowl. We're back over here at the main break. And now we've got a big heat between two of the heavy hitters. Connor O'Leary up against Ezekiel Lau, who semi-finaled here last season. Ronnie Blakey with Peter Mel. I like this matchup, Pete.
I like this matchup too. These surfers travel together a lot on the championship tour, being from both from Quicksilver teams, so they'll be very knowledgeable of each other and good friends. You know, of course, once that jersey goes on, these two are going to fight it out wave for wave.
But it is going to be Connor O'Leary having a look at one first. He's going to kick out quickly.
Bigger set wave on that outside section. Has to come around it. What's he going to do? Oh, he hits it right in the crease. Out in the face. Which is nice here for Bells. You know, with the fuller tide, it's not going to be as many steep sections on that outside portion. But then he cleans up nicely here on that inside, getting the redirect.
Down there, he's got a little shirt that he likes to wave around. His pupils are always looking towards the beach, trying to get the nod from Jake on which wave they should go. Luke Egan seems to let Connor do his own thing out there once he pulls that jersey on. And here he goes, picking this wave up under priority. A couple of decent turns already on the outside. We'll see what kind of adjustments he makes.
Watch now Connor on the backhand, and pretty good start here. The two-turn combo on that outside section. It flattens out here, but then loses his footing on the final section to really complete this ride. Would have been nice for him, so that's going to lower the score.
Both these guys underperformed a little on the Gold Coast, it has to be said, so they really don't want to bow out here, so that's the focus for them. As we see Connor, he's in second spot at the moment, but not chasing a big number to get out in front, driving down the line. Has had to chase this one down for a long period of time. Now gets the opportunity to let go of a turn. Ooh, almost skipping out as he came off the bottom there. So now just falls into the groove, the Bells groove of waiting for the wave to stand up once again. Drives up into the section. Good finish. So just under 18 minutes to go.
You know, Connor puts a lot of pressure on that back foot. You know, Connor picking up a lot of speed in the first portion of this wave, realizing that it was going to speed up for him. So he carries all this speed into this first turn, and that was a nice, perfectly placed backhand hook. But that little bobble there slows him up quite a bit. So it's going to affect the score because it takes away from the flow of the ride. Does a nice job here on the finish end section. So he had a good start and a good finish. The midsection, a little bit sloppy just because the flow is disrupted by that one bottom turn kind of bobble. But overall, pretty good ride. Why do the Hawaiians come here and do so well? I think it's mostly the energy in which these waves carry. That's very comfortable for them, so they feel good about that. Although the wetsuit would be a little bit different as we watch the replay here of two big arcs on that outside section. With this fuller tide and what we saw in the previous heats with Pat Gadauskas and Kanoa, that's what you need to do is execute on that outside section, but also the important section here and showing those creative lines on that closeout. Ezekiel's done that. He's going to get another good number. Nice attack on that first section and goes up and over. That was a unique line there from Connor. You know, that wasn't exactly a section that would allow him a great scoring opportunity, and by what he did there, it looked pretty neat. He went straight up the whitewash and actually glided up over that section. Didn't quite have the flow through that inside portion, especially not the climactic finish that we saw from Ezekiel.
You're right, there's been a lot of solid performances from Hawaiians here in the past. We'll get into that in a moment. Right now, let's see how Connor O'Leary fares on this section. Goes straight up into that first white watery section and lets go of a nice turn but can't ride out. You're able to just generate a bit more leverage through that carve as you come back to the bowl. So Connor's looking for a couple of big steep sections to hit on the outside. He finds one here, sets the fins free for a moment. So now the wave's going to flatten out, and unfortunately he can't see any points down the line, so he's going to kick out. Just over 3 minutes to go. Good start though.
So just one move, he's still going to get a pretty good number. Again, watch how quickly he does straight up and gets the release. That's the real big point of difference for me on the back end, is that you get that ability to get the more vertical approach into the lip on a wave that sometimes doesn't always give you that ability or that steeper section.
And there is some waves coming, so.
Well, this is exactly what Connor would have liked, is a couple waves set. He's going to pull the trigger on the first one.
So let's see what he can do. Has to really scratch into this one. A little bumpy on the takeoff. Does well to squeak a turn in. So really just the first turn. The second and third maneuver really just transition turns to get through to this inside. Needs something huge here. And he throws everything at it. And he's somehow hanging on.
He's still there.
Bouncing around in the foam.
Not anymore.
It looks like he's going to be making his way in. He almost had this, Pete.
He did. He was holding on. I was quite surprised to see that he was able to rotate out of it. And he was definitely putting both feet on the board, but Whitewater too much bounce there.
And that will be it. Just under a minute remaining. Not a lot of time. And Zeke's going to get an opportunity here. He'll try and drop the 5.5. And that wave fades away into deep water. So Connor making his way up. Just never really found the rhythm in that heat, and it's probably fair to say never really found it in the first round either. So he'll probably look to get some sessions in hand out at Bells Beach. The guy surfs so well, we're expecting that he'll keep a place on the championship tour, but he'll be up against it as we go to break. Ezekiel Lau moving on through to the third round.